the Dawn Redwood. Hello friends. In this video I want to show you the big book of work that I did on this Dawn Redwood over the springtime. Ended up doing a canopy and branch reduction on this tree, a major trunk reduction or trunk chop, some root grafting, and root work and a repot. So I will take you back to April in springtime when I did all of this work on this tree, and we can consider episode 2 officially underway. Yeah, time for the beast. A lot of work to do on this Dawn Redwood today. It really is the I can't believe how much it grew this season tree. Almost every season, I can't believe how much it put on. It's almost hard to tame sometimes, and that's I guess a good problem to have. But I have a big book of work to do on this tree today. I've got canopy reduction, I've got trunk reduction, I've got repot, and I've got root grafting. I bought this tree in 2019 from the All-State Bonsai Show from the flower market. It was really a field-grown tree that had basically been chopped back, probably as it was dug out of the ground. I talked last year about the dieback of the roots that you see and where that cut paste is and how I want to get that to heal over time. Not sure if that's going to happen or if I'm going to need to extend the deadwood all the way down the base of the trunk. But for now, I'm trying, and root grafting will be a part of trying to thicken up that area and have it heal over. I'm also planning to graft a branch around to this section to try and get that to heal over time as well. But really what I wanted to focus on today is what it's done in the last 3 years, which is go crazy. I'll pan up with the camera. It's touching my floodlights in my garage. So I think it's time to reduce this thing and take it back to where I thread grafted that future apex into place. I'm going to make a cut right in here. I've also put chalk mark in different spots for where I need to reduce branches that I've started to work on. So after I reduce the canopy, which I'll do in just a moment, and make that trunk chop, I have to work on the roots. It's been in this Anderson flat for 2 years. Let's go ahead and get started. A lot of work to do, and it will take me probably 2 hours. I want to start off with pruning, so let's take you in tight on the canopy a little bit more. Brought to you by Two Hearted Ale. Let's dive into it. Gotta trust the spots that I've already picked out and gotta just go with it. Just want to cut around my beard. Very nice. Okay, on the right hand side, these two are great. I like what they're doing, but I've really started to think about a more coniferous shape with snow load, and I don't love that for this tree just because of its habit. I can't imagine that a big Dawn Redwood that's ancient is going to have really dramatic downward sweeping branches, so I want to bring these back up a little bit. I like a gradual move down and then kind of a flattened out horizontal branch plane, if you will. Don't hate me, but I've thought about these for a long time over the winter. We'll patch these up right afterwards. And then this center one right here, and this one up top I'm going to take back. This awkward branch up in here is just to heal this back wound. So this is going away long term, or at least being brought down as a back branch so you won't see it. But I do need to keep this healthy and thick to make sure that that wound on the back heals up in the meantime. Okay, the scary moment. It's time to take off all this length. Marked out where I want to cut. Now it's time to start. There we are. Goodbye, friend. It's almost its own tree. Wow, doesn't that look different? It's crazy. Now I'll clean that up and get cut paste on all these cuts that I just made, and then we'll be talking about a little root grafting and repotting. Repot time. Get this tree out of the Anderson flat, take a look at those fleshy roots that I talked about, and then get my trusty little baby Dawn Redwoods that I grew from seed last year, probably 8 or 9 of them, do some root grafting, and be on our way for this tree for this season. yeah, I'll go ahead and say that it's doing fine. Holy cow. Just amazing amount of fine roots everywhere around this trunk. There are a couple of spots that are opportunities for root grafts, I think, but great to see this nice mat. I'm going to shallow this out a little bit in preparation for going back into the Anderson flat, and then I'm going to get to my root grafting. Okay, quite a root reduction. I've got a nice symmetrical root ball now. A lot of work on this done. I've got grafts in place over on the right hand side, 2 of them, to try and fill in a little bit of a root gap over on this right hand side. If I do want this tilt, I need this nabari to be supportive over on the right. And those grafts for a couple of seasons should also help this lower trunk swell out a little bit. Also have grafts in place more towards the center, right towards the camera, and then over on the left where I'm trying to close up this nasty dead root wound that is still existing over time. It's rotting out a little bit down low, so we'll see what happens. I've got roots right here and now the graft on either side of it, so hopefully that helps it close up over time. So 4 root grafts, and I've continued to chase back the big roots down low. You can see those kind of cut sites and chops that I've made. I really shallowed it out the first time that I repotted it. Essentially 1 level, and now I've gone up another level, chasing those roots back where I can to make sure it's a nice flat nabari and very lateral in nature. So now I need to get this potted up. Okay, deep breath. 2 hours of work on this Dawn Redwood. Root grafting, repotting, trunk reduction, pruning. Just crazy amount that was done to this tree, but you saw how healthy the root system is, so I'm confident it will do fine. I've got in my new organic mixed soil. I want more moisture retention than I've had in the past with the Bonsai Jack soil. That does give me really nice fine roots, but I found that on hot days in the summer, the tree feels a little bit stressed, so that's why I'm going for more moisture. So we'll see how it does in that, and then hopefully, maybe we're looking at a bonsai pot next time we repot this tree, if it really does well. It is doing well. It is doing well. Great response on this Dawn Redwood. All of the grafts that were put into place are surviving and extending with their second flush along with the rest of the tree. I actually wired those grafts outward a little bit, away from the trunk, to make sure they get plenty of light and energy. And hopefully they're starting to fuse to the trunk, but I'll take a peek next summer on those. For my older 2 grafts, the branch on the left-hand side and then the apex up top, I am going to sever those feeder branches within the next couple of weeks here and see how those grafts do on their own. So we will see on those, but I think this tree definitely took another step forward. I'll evaluate kind of the styling for next spring and just let this one run probably the rest of this year. You love to see a strong response. It's always strong every time I repot this tree. So appreciate you tagging along. Let me know what you might have done differently as always, and like and subscribe if you're digging it. And I will talk to you all next time. Have a great rest of your summer.